The way that it's been way too long since my last video. I am so sorry, you guys, that we are back to our regular programmed schedule. Is that how you say it? Regular scheduled program. Is that the one? Regular scheduled program. That doesn't sound right. Anyways, we are back, GABFAM, with our usual try and review videos. We had some issues when it came to PR getting here on time, so that's why you guys haven't seen me in a minute, but we're back in action, and I'm so excited to be reviewing the Deadlift Collection in collaboration with MYKIE. This collection literally screams her in so many different ways, and I'm so excited to get into all these pieces. A lot of new pieces, so there's so much to cover, but just huge congratulations to MYKIE and all of your hard work in collaboration with BUFFBUNNY Collection in creating a lot of these incredible pieces, prints, and colors. Now, without further ado, let's get into our video. First of all, if it's your first time here, hello, my name is Gabrielle Tungle, but you can call me Gabs. And honestly, at this point, after how many years, this channel is solely for BUFFBUNNY Collection try and reviews, and that is all. So if that is what you're looking for, that's what you guys can subscribe to. My videos can be quite long, but they are very extensive, very helpful. And in addition to my videos, I do have a free PDF for you guys to follow along with this video. I highly recommend that you stop watching right now, hit the pause button, go to the description box down below and download the free PDF. It is usually over almost 200 pages. Sometimes it's like minimum 150. And this PDF is intentionally made to complement this video. So highly recommend, again, download this free PDF and follow along. The PDF will be the same order as the YouTube video. So literally, I am making it so easy for you guys to follow along with the PDF and the video. The Deadlift Collection is set to launch this Saturday, October 12th at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Now, if you guys don't know, BUFFBUNNY Collection is a launch-based company, which means they launch, they sell out, and not often do things get restocked. And I can tell you right now, these are a list of things that once they're gone, they are not going to be rising back from the dead. I have had that confirmation from the team, so do not expect them to come back from the dead, because once they're gone, that is it for as far as we know right now. So don't risk the chances. And if there's something on your list that you've been contemplating about, and if it's any of these on the screen, add to cart. Now, with that being said, you can also save 10% off if you'd like by using the code GABS at checkout. And this does directly support me. I do get a little bit of commission, which supports me, my family, and all the effort and time and love that goes into these videos, into the PDF, all the help that I do on Instagram, all the things and in between. So it is greatly appreciated if you guys do choose to use my code GABS at checkout. And like I said, it does save you 10% off as well. Now, I have a feeling, especially because this is a collection in collaboration inspired by MYKIE, that her zombies, I believe they're called, love to support MYKIE. And like I said, this collection really does scream her in so many different ways. So I have a feeling this one will sell out, and especially the hot in demand patterns and colors. So like I said, just grab whatever is on your wish list. You can always return it at the end of the day, because you just never know if they're going to come back or not. On the screen here is a little bit about the Deadlift Collection. As I've said many times before, I always love the deeper meaning to some of these collections, and so I always think it's beautiful to see kind of the messaging behind every collection. Now, as far as colors and patterns go, this is the colors and patterns that you guys can expect from this collection. Not a lot of patterns, but we do have the one that is inspired by The Shining. To be very honest with you, I've never watched that movie. I know a lot of you guys are going to come for me for that, but I literally have never watched it. But literally the minute that I put the leggings on and the bra on that was in the Estes print, Isaiah did recognize that it was from The Shining, the carpet. It was just not so bright orange. So clearly it is identifiable, but that is the main print that we're seeing. Everything else is some new colors, some returning colors, and very much like the dark fall vibe. So I do think that this is a perfect collection for the fall time. We're gonna be seeing white, our usual bone. You guys know how much I love the bone color. Lipstick red, which became a top red color real quick for many of us since we saw it come out earlier this year. I'm a big salsa red girl, but this lipstick red is just so gorgeous. We have Matcha Latte coming back. We have Siren. Hushberry is a new one. Purple Shadow, Venom, Cold Brew, and Onyx Black. And like I mentioned, the Estes print. Is it Estes? Estes? Oh, it's in Estes Park, Colorado, the Stanley Hotel, which was the Shining Hotel, I believe. Yep, Estes Park. So that is where that comes from. Fact check. So that is everything that you guys can expect when it comes to the colors and patterns. Now moving on to the fabrics. We have a few different fabrics coming out in this collection. Number one is POSHKNIT. This fabric specifically has become a big favorite for a lot of the athletes and affiliates, which I'll touch on later. But the POSHKNIT is 75% nylon, 30% spandex. It is described as an indulge in the sumptuous embrace of BUFFBUNNY Collection POSHKNIT fabric, offering an irresistibly soft, double brush hand feel. It's velvety touch, which I do agree with. It does feel very velvety, reminiscent of suede. Very true, very accurate, elevates the fabric to a new level of luxury. Transitions seamlessly from the gym to everyday life as this fabric becomes a versatile staple in your wardrobe. Elevate your comfort and style with this exceptional fabric enhanced by POSHKNIT's antibacterial feature that helps prevent odor. Absolutely love this. Love that very, very much. Have not put it completely to the test yet, but I definitely will be as I continue to wear more and more POSHKNIT fabrics, especially going to the gym as you get sweaty or even running perhaps. It's a 4-way stretch, medium compression, double brush, special sweat wicking yarn, and antibacterial yarn. I think this is really, really cool, very unique. We'll talk more about the POSHKNIT as we get to the pieces that are made of the POSHKNIT fabric. Next up, we have our tried and true Newbury fabric. We have our butter fabric. And that's pretty much all the BUFFBUNNY Collection fabrics that you can expect to see. We do have some eco poly coming back as well. And then we do have some cargos that are made of the same material as the overalls. So again, we'll get more into some of the other fabrics as we get into the pieces. Before we get into all the pieces, let's do some final housekeeping. And that will be that if you guys have any additional questions, I highly, highly encourage you guys to send me a DM on Instagram when I put a question box. That is the main way for me to make sure that I do not miss your question. Sometimes, especially during launches, DMs do get missed. Sometimes they do get put into different folders and all that stuff. But if you guys reply to this question box, it will make sure to put it in my forefront, and you guys can say CDM if you do need to DM me like a long message or anything like that, but it will make sure that it gets in front of my radar. And I always make sure to get to my DMs before the launches as best as possible. But those questions I never, ever, ever miss. Next, we do have a Libras live happening on Thursday as well. This is where myself, Teresa, and Kara answer some of your guys' last minute questions, and we all share different perspectives, given that we all have very different bodies and different things that we prefer, don't prefer. And it's been such a cool way for us to all just share all of our collective thoughts. And it's also been an incredible way to connect with our communities. Last but not least, I also have a Discord community. This is where we talk all things BUFFBUNNY Collection literally all the time. It is free if you guys want to join that. And again, please, please, please do not hesitate to ask for additional questions, photos, whatever that might be after watching this video and looking at the PDF. I try to put as much detail as possible, both in this video and the PDF, to answer all of your questions. And honestly, I think they're working, because it's amazing how less DMs I get on questions, because you guys are like, no, I'm all good. So I do love that it's serving its purpose. Now, with that being said, let's get right into the collection. We are going to start off with some leggings. So first we have the MOTO leggings. A lot of people have mixed feelings around this, because MOTO has definitely been a style that has like come and gone over the last few years. I do think that they're still really cute, and I'm always a sucker for some like good faux leather looking pants. And I think these ones are a really nice way to like just add some like texture to your usual like faux leather leggings. So I personally don't mind the MOTO leggings. I will say that the pocket feels kind of weird. When I was putting my hands in the pocket, like it just felt kind of weird. And I will say, out of all the like faux leather looking pants that BUFFBUNNY Collection has done, these probably fit the best on me. I know I've had some issues with like camel toe and stuff like that when it came to like the Rebel leggings, or like what used to be called like the Northern Lights leggings. So those have been really hit and miss for me. So I really do like the MOTO ones. And from what I can see, all the other colors look so pretty, like the black cherry patent and the red hot patent as well. But obviously I wanted to go with just the black so that I could pair it with so many different things, as I use them as more of a lifestyle piece. I definitely don't see me using it that much for like high performance activities like running or anything like that, only because personally for myself, I don't typically wear that kind of finish, I guess, to the gym. But then again, I also wear the like pink holographic from the Juicy collection. So I don't know, something about the black faux leather look for me, I would rather use as a lifestyle piece. But because it is the eco poly fabric, you absolutely could use it, since it is technically a performance fabric. I did find that it took a little bit to get them on, but once they were on, they were good. And like I said, no camel toe. I felt comfortable. The glutes were looking good. I love the side paneling. Like it was just a great, like I said, for me, lifestyle piece, but it does not mean that you could not wear it to the gym. You absolutely could. just my preference in my gym outfits. I will not be wearing it to the gym. Same like we've always seen in a lot of these holographic micro dot is what I refer them to. Micro dot fabrics that depending on the way the light hits, you can see different colors. I'd say for these ones, you're not gonna see as much of a difference because they're not like a holographic finish like that pink one that we saw in the Juicy collection, but definitely they do shine differently depending on how the light is hitting it. One thing that I will make note of is that the leggings do have a back seam, so they don't have a front seam, but they do have a back seam. One thing that I did find was that the back seam was rolling a little bit. I found this with all the leggings that have a back seam. So I don't know, personally for me, it's almost like you either just don't have it or you just have the whole thing. At first, when they first came out with the back seam, I liked the idea, but as I continue to wear these bottoms that have just the back seam, I find that the back likes to roll. And again, that could be a me thing just because my midsection is where a lot of my weight is carried. And so I find that with that, it just causes rolling in general. But it's kind of just like I said, like I'd rather it just all roll then. I don't know. I'm very indifferent about it. But anyways, just wanted to note that there is a back seam detailing on these leggings. I'm just going to see if my phone fits comfortably in this pocket. I wouldn't say like comfortably or like easily. You can tell that I'm definitely like struggling a little bit. I do have the iPhone 13 Pro Max. So if you guys do have like a larger phone, I don't think that it'll fit comfortably in here. And especially with this material being a little bit more compressive, like you're just gonna, struggle a little bit. And like there's just not a lot of room in the pocket in general. So I really do think that they're more of like a detailing, you know, you could put like lip gloss or like your ID in here or something like that, or like gym keys or something. But other than that, you can't really fit your phone per se. But mind you, honestly, when I am lifting, I'm not typically putting my phone in my pocket. I'm putting it on the ground or in my bag. I can see it for running. You might want to put something in your pocket there, but even then I'd be worried of it falling out given just the size of it and like how not deep that it goes. So just something to keep in mind. I do like the back detailing here. I think that does like carve out the glutes really nicely. Like I love how it has this like line going up in the back. And I love, love, love seeing more and more silicone logos. I hope that this eventually becomes a thing on all the pieces because I do like it a lot more than the reflective one. I just think it just gives it such a nice like sleek look. So overall, I do love the MOTO pocket leggings, and I do like how we have it at the bottom as well as the top. But just keep in mind, something that I noticed is after wearing it for just a couple hours, it did leave some imprints on my legs, which is totally like expected when it comes to leggings like this, whether it is activewear or like actual lifestyle leggings. I always get that anyways, but just something that I wanted to note. But I do love, again, these as kind of that faux leather, wet looking piece. And yeah. Next, we have the contour pocket leggings. I am loving these leggings more and more the more that I wear them. So contour pocket shorts, contour leggings. We've seen a few different versions of these contour pocket situations or contour situations in general. And I honestly really, really love the contour pocket leggings. Like I've mentioned before in the past, the pockets just give it an extra bit of like snatch situation. And I notice this a lot in the contour pocket. And I notice a lot in the contour pocket flares. So while I don't like care, like I'm indifferent about pockets on leggings, I do love kind of that extra fittedness that it gives you on the side. So I do love that. And then I just love the way that the contour bottoms all have that seam in the front. So I do love these contour pocket leggings a lot and I feel very comfortable in them. They are made of our go-to Newbury fabric. And I obviously had to get them in the lipstick red to match my Empire bra. And they are the leggings that I've been reaching for a lot as I wear this collection more and more. When they said they added some thoughtful stitch lines to give you that hourglass look, they really were. And I can attest to that. That is something that I do notice when I am wearing these leggings paired with whatever bra. So they definitely achieved that through the stitching. Same thing with these pockets. They're a little bit more narrow, so I'm definitely not fitting my phone in there either. But again, for me, I don't really use the functionality of the pockets as much. Here and there I will, but is it a make or break for me? Not necessarily, but hopefully over time they do make those a little bit bigger just so that those who do have a bigger phone and actually use the pockets can. It's kind of like I think it was like the Luna leggings and like the Rosa pocket leggings. Like those pockets are good for the larger phones. So hopefully they do reconstruct them a little bit. I'm not sure the logistics as to why they made them smaller or anything like that, but that is something that a lot of people are noticing. So I just wanted to make sure I made note of that as well. I do feel like the contour pocket leggings fit on more like the higher rise for me. Like I've said many times before, the whole classification of like high rise, ultra high rise, all that stuff, I'm really like, there's high rise and then there's ultra high rise, and there's like kind of like an in-between for me kind of thing. I find the contour pocket is like closer to what would be an ultra high rise on me. It's not nearly as ultra high rise as we've seen in the actual ultra high rise leggings, but you know what I mean? Like it's not quite high rise where like I like to complain when high rise sometimes only hits like just my belly button. So I find like it's a good rise for me is what I'll say. Especially if you're someone like me who likes to have it pretty much almost meet your bra, then you will like the rise on the contour pocket leggings. So I just wanted to make sure to note that as well. Next, we have the Legacy leggings, which are a true ultra high rise legging, and no changes there, except we are seeing it in one color this time, and that is going to be the purple shadow. I'm actually really surprised that we're seeing like not as many colors come out in the Legacy leggings, but maybe it's because we went so ham on them for so long. But as you guys know, the Legacy leggings are one of my favorite newbie leggings because I am an ultra high rise girly, and I've just always loved the butterfly detailing on the back of the Legacy leggings. But yeah, we're only seeing it in the purple shadow. I'll have our comparisons of this purple color in the PDF, thanks to all the other athletes and affiliates who help with the color comparisons. Next up is the POSHKNIT scrunch leggings. Now, the POSHKNIT scrunch leggings, I'm sure you've heard a few times from a few different athletes, is a little bit deceiving in the name because it does say scrunch, but it doesn't necessarily have an actual like elastic scrunch in it, like we've seen in say the aggressive scrunch. Like, you know, with the aggressive scrunch, like you can literally see the ruching happening that would form literally a scrunch, like kind of like the scrunch on my nose. But the POSHKNIT ones don't actually do that. They just have an elastic, which is there to separate the glutes, but depending on your glutes, depends if you're actually going to get much separation. Personally, for me, I don't really see much of a difference in these scrunch or like straight elastic bottoms. I only see it in the actual like scrunch elastic bottoms, if that makes sense. So I do think that the name is a little bit deceiving with that, and I would have just said POSHKNIT legging. This is made of the POSHKNIT fabric, which is what I'm wearing right now in the Estes print. Now, when I first put the size small on, I felt like they were too small. I was like, I either need to size up for this material or something like that. But after washing it and wearing it a few more times, I found that it's kind of stretched a little bit over time, and now it feels more like what, you know, Newbury would fit on me, and like with a little bit more compression, because I do find that the POSHKNIT does have a bit more compression to it. So the small is definitely feeling like a little tight, but like I said, I feel like it's definitely stretched over time as I've worn it. I think the reason why I'm not loving the POSHKNIT leggings as much, or I'm experiencing more rolling than I typically would with like Newbury leggings or whatever, is because of the rise. Again, when it comes to rises, that is what depends on how much rolling I get in the waistband. So for me personally, the POSHKNIT scrunch leggings do come up a little bit shorter than what I'd prefer. Like it's just a little over my belly button. Obviously when I'm sitting, like I can bring them up quite high, but when I am standing, it's a little different, and the waistband isn't nearly as thick as some of the other leggings. Like for example, the contour pocket legging, I didn't experience that same kind of feel because of the like waistband rise kind of situation. So that is one thing to just keep in mind with the POSHKNIT legging, depending on what your preference is in seeing all the different waistband thicknesses, the rises and all that with all the leggings that we've seen prior to, while also considering that POSHKNIT is definitely more compressive than both Newbury and Butter. I do really, really love the feel of the POSHKNIT. It is so accurate to say that they feel velvety, suede-like, they're double brushed, and like I said, you just feel that extra bit of compression. And I think a lot of people are going to appreciate that if you're looking for something that's like soft to the touch and like kind of naked feeling, but still giving you just a tad more bit compression. So again, just to compare the fabric breakdowns, POSHKNIT is 70% nylon, 30% spandex. Newbury is 74% nylon, 26% spandex. And then Butter is 81% nylon, 19% elastane. So very different. To the touch, initially, they all have their similarities. But like I said, like the POSHKNIT truly is more suede and velvety and like feels really good, but is definitely more compressive. And then I'd say Newbury is next, and then I'd say Butter is after that. I feel like there's a lot of different feelings around Butter being compressive or not. I feel like it's compressive, but like very stretchy and a little bit thinner and flimsier. So it's not the same kind of compression as you're getting with the POSHKNIT, if that makes sense, because it has a different thickness to it, or lack their thickness. Do you know what I mean? So that's my personal thoughts on it. And I think because Butter has so much stretch, it kind of eliminates a bit of that compression. I don't know. Everyone has different feelings about it. That's just like the best way that I can explain it, but I do know that everyone feels differently about it. So anyways, POSHKNIT fabric in general, we do love her. I do hope to see her in more pieces. I mean, we see her a lot in this collection, but I hope to see her in more collections just so I can like get to know her a bit more and like really develop my feelings about her. You know what I mean? Like, first date's kind of cute, but like I want to get to know you more. So I do hope we see her in a few more things. I do wish I got the shorts just because it'd be interesting to compare that to like the aggressive scrunch shorts and just kind of see how I feel about that. But then I also know that a trick that I've kind of had with like any leggings that I feel like the rise is like a little too short is like sizing up. So I'm curious as to what a medium would be like on me and if that would like make me fall in love with it a little bit more because the rise would be a little bit more adjusted and then I'd still have like that fit and feel, I guess you could say. So anyways, overall, we love the POSHKNIT. We just want to see her more so we can get more of a better feel of like how we really feel about her. I do see her being like a big favorite for both athletes and customers because like I said, a lot of athletes have been expressing how much they've loved it because it's such a perfect blend of like softness and a little bit of compression and all the things in between. Last but not least in the leggings is going to be our ribbed cross waist leggings. Now these ones I feel like they are definitely on the lower rise for me, and that's the only reason why I'm not like as in love with them as I am with like the regular straight across ribbed leggings. I really do enjoy those. I feel like those are a perfect rise for me. But the cross waist, you guys know how I feel about the cross waist. I already have issues with that in general because of where my body fat is carried in my midsection. So I get a lot of rolling there. But then in addition to like a lower rise, it's just like even more. And then I do feel like with this ribbed Material Girl fabric, it does slide a little bit on me. So like adding all those things together is just like a concoction of like all the things that could annoy you in wearing the legging. Now I do love wearing these like when I'm just working at home and like not really doing a whole lot, like I'm not walking around a lot or anything like that. And it's nice because they are cellulite friendly. So for those who are a bit more cautious about that, the Material ribbed fabric is so perfect in disguising that. And I do love how much you can use them either for the gym or for a lifestyle. And I will say that I've found that as we've continued to see more and more of these ribbed pieces, the pilling on them isn't nearly as bad as they used to be. Don't get me wrong, they still pill. But I find like even with the dogs, like usually when they immediately like touch it, like it would start like pilling, but I found that didn't happen as much. And like I had some dogs paws on me and everything like that. And I didn't see it like catch as much as they used to, but I did find some pilling like in between my legs. So just something to keep in mind is that the Material Girl rib fabric does pill quite easily. Nothing that you can't just get rid of with a fabric shaver or anything like that, but it's just something to be mindful of if that's something that's going to bother you. Now, I will say, I think I accidentally got a large, but I actually don't hate it. I've never had a large in leggings, but I actually didn't hate it in these ribbed crosswaists. I find with the whole rib situation, I've been a little all over the place with the sizing because when I did the ribbed flares, those were way too fucking small because they were so compressive. And then when I got the regular ribbed leggings, that happened, I think in the capsule that just happened. I can't remember if it was then or the Grounds collection, but I got a small and those fit perfect. And then I have a large in these cross waist ones. So I'm like, what? But I will say with the large, you can see like a lot of excess fabric and they do slide down quite a bit. So these are definitely going to be, like I said, more of like my like just chill errands or just like chill at home kind of thing. If I don't want to worry about them like sliding down as I'm walking around doing errands kind of thing. So I feel like medium would have been like a good fit for me, especially like I said, considering the rise is shorter than the regular one, like the one that goes straight across. So I think again, depending on the rise, depends on what size I like because the straight across ones I was fine with the small, and then these ones in the large was a little interesting, you know? Just kidding. I had the Material Girl, like the regular Material Girl ribbed leggings in a medium. So considering how much I like the ways those fit, I am a medium in all of the Material Girl ribbed bottoms is what I'm concluding to because like I said, the flares in the small were too small. These mediums in the regular ones was good, which is from the Grounds collection, confirming that. And then the large that I got in these crosswaists obviously didn't work out perfectly, but they're like, okay. So I am medium in Material ribbed leggings, bottoms in general. Moving on to the POSHKNIT shorts. These are the only shorts coming out in this collection, and these are, I'm assuming, going to be very identical to the POSHKNIT leggings, just in a shorter inseam of 7 inches. However, they will feel like 6 inches. Why? I'm assuming because if you like wedge it up your butt, that's what gives you 1 inch less than what it actually is. But like I said, I think the wedging up the butt depends on your glutes, long, shorter, bubblier, whatever that might be, depends if those actually go up the booty crack and if you actually lose that inch. If I were to get the POSHKNIT scrunch shorts, I would be going ahead with my size small since they are a longer inseam. Usually for shorts, if they're 4 inches, I'll go with a medium just to size up. But if they are longer than 4 inches, I would usually just go with my true smalls. Next up, we have our bras, and we have one returning that has always been an all-time customer favorite, and that is the Revolution Sports Bra. This one is going to pair perfectly with the Legacy leggings because this is only coming out in the purple shadow. No changes there in the Revolution Sports Bra. It's still the good old same Revolution Sports Bra that everyone loves. We also have the Candy Wrap Bra coming back, and that's going to be coming out just in the Hushberry color. Again, same thing, no changes in the Candy Wrap. We have seen her come back again and again and again, and nothing is different there. Another one returning, wow, so many returning Newbie bras. But we have the Bloom Bra coming back, which I personally feel is one of the biggest fan favorites for a newbie bra for the BTC. So if you guys are looking for a newbie bra that's not too high support or nothing too crazy, Bloom Bra is definitely one that you're going to want to add to your cart. She just gives such a good amount of coverage on the side boob, in the back, in the lats, everything like that. Has a cute little ruching going on. Honestly, I could do without the ruching as well. But overall, the Bloom Bra is just such a great option for the BTC. So if you guys are looking to collect more colors in the Bloom Bra, it is coming out in a few colors in this collection. And that includes Hushberry, Lipstick Red, and Purple Shadow. Again, we love the thick straps. We love the sweetheart neckline. We love the coverage in the back. We love the little bit of extra length on the bottom that's not quite long, not quite short. It's just such a good newbie bra, like I said, especially for the bigger titty committee. Now on to a new bra, which is the bra that I'm wearing here, and that is the Empire Sports Bra. Immediately when I saw this bra, I thought it looks like a mummy. Every time that my brother or Chris has seen me wear it, they're like, it literally looks like a mummy. And so they really encapsulated that idea if that's what they were going for, given that it's fall / Halloween. And so I personally love it a lot. It's kind of like another version of the Ivy Wrap Sports Bra. And I love, love, love the adjustability. I just love how much adjustability we are seeing with more and more bras. You guys know how I feel about adjustability. It is truly just the perfect way to make sure that we are accommodating so many different preferences, cup sizes, breast width diameters, rib cages, all the things. Like I just love adjustability. So the fact that this bra does have that, I do just give it like a few extra brownie points for that reason. But overall, I've actually been really, really enjoying this bra in general. I will say that the large is definitely my truer size. You'll see me wearing the siren color in a medium, and you can tell that my cups are just not fully covered. And so I do feel like the large gives me the best coverage. And again, because I have the adjustability in the straps, I can really make sure that it fits really nicely. I love that it's like a really classic, just cross back spaghetti strap situation in the back, nothing too crazy. I do like the thicker band as well, like just kind of covering that like middle back area. It does have a little bit of a curve, I find too, like at the bottom, like not quite as curved as like the curved bra, but I do find that it does have that nice little detail at the bottom. And these pleats are meant that you can like readjust it however you want, but I do find that it just kind of goes back however it wants to. I will say for those who wear a fitted shirt or a tight jacket or anything like that, you will see the texturing, which I know is something that not a lot of people love when it comes to these bras that have the different layers, like, you know, the Ivy Wrap bra, the Candy Wrap bra, this bra, things like that. So just something to be mindful of. But as a bra on its own, I do love it. And it would be really cool to even see it without the pleats, because I do think that just the design of it and the shape of it and everything is just a really flattering design, considering that it is a shorter line bra. Like I typically don't love shorter line bras like a lot, but I do feel like I've been reaching for this one a lot since I've gotten the collection. So overall, we love the Empire Sports Bra. This is one of those items that they are saying that once it's gone, it's not coming back. So if you guys are wanting to add this to your collection to kind of just change it up from the Ivy Wrap Sports Bra and Candy Wrap Bra, but you still like the overlapping situation, this would be a great one to add. I also don't feel like it's too cleavage or anything either, so it definitely is a win. And like I said, even though it is shorter line, I don't feel any sort of way. I feel good. It does have a little bit of an elastic at the bottom too, so that feels really nice and supportive. So overall, again, love this bra. Going on to the POSHKNIT Twist Halter. So we did see the Twist Halter in the Juicy Collection, I believe. I did not personally get it back then just because I've had such hit and miss moments with the twist halter situation and even just halters in general because of my terrible fucking posture and my tight ass traps. I feel that I just can't wear halters for very long, no matter what size I get, no matter what they change in here. But I do feel like this is extra tight and probably due to it just being too short, I'm assuming. I don't know the logistics, but I feel like that's probably what it is. Like, it just makes sense if you like think about it. But this was so fucking tight on my neck. I wore it for a 1 hour walk with the dogs and I took this off immediately afterwards, which is such a shame because I do love halters for like back days and everything like that. And I actually found that the coverage on this was decent. I do feel like the large still didn't cover my cups all the way, but I feel like out of all the bras that kind of have this twist situation happening, this gave me the best coverage had I just gotten an extra large basically. But I just feel like because of how tight this is, even if I sized up one, I don't think it would loosen it enough for me. So that is too bad, but that is something to be mindful of, is that if you're in between sizes, I would definitely size up. I would personally try this again if they changed this part to be like a little bit longer. I would like to figure out a way to DIY that, but I'm just not savvy enough to do that. So yeah, even though I did get my large, which is usually the solution for me needing to fix whatever I need to fix in my sizing for bras, but yeah, extra large, I just don't know will be enough of a difference, specifically around the neck area. And I don't know if it's just halters in general, or I think this one specifically bothered me the most because the POSHKNIT fabric is a little bit more compressive in general, where with the Newbury ones, it's not as bad where like I can only last like an hour or so. So yeah, it's too bad because like I said, I feel the twist halter in general cup wise is like pretty decent. So like getting the extra large would like solve that, but then I'd still have this issue, you know? So unfortunately, I can't say this is like a top pick for me. And based on what I've heard from like Kara, even for like the itty bitty titty community, it's like the same thing. Like it's truly just this thing right here is what's causing the issues. So if we could fix that, that'd be great. Next is the ribbed notch sports bra. This one immediately reminded me of swimwear that we have that was pretty much the same style, but it was a swim top. I literally have the lime green and leopard print one. This definitely took me there. However, there are some differences in this one versus the swimwear, obviously. One thing is, again, I'm just not a fan of these like ribbon straps like at all anywhere, because this ribbed notched bra could have been one of my top favorites had it not had the ribbon straps, because that is what bothers me the quickest. And it's because it's such a thin fabric. It's like, yes, it's like silky and flat, but like it's still ribbon at the end of the day, you know? And so had the straps just been completely the Material Girl ribbed, I feel like this could have been like a top contender for me. I will say she's very clavage, especially with that notch there. So just keep that in mind. It was very comfortable. I loved how it was kind of like a Revolution bra, but then it had like that little notch there. And obviously it was like ribbed. So I loved how it looked in the front because it was wider in the chest. And so I found that it covered like my armpits here a little bit. But like I said, the ribbon in the back, I just don't know why we had to do that. Like, why couldn't we have made that literally any material other than the ribbon? Literally. And then I would have been happy with it. Again, love the adjustability features though. So thank you so much to the team for adding that in. But if we could get rid of the ribbon, again, I'd love it. So she was like almost there to being something that I like loved, but I still love her, but I can't wear her for too long because of that ribbon specifically. And like I've mentioned before, a lot of my body fat is in my upper body. So like it just sinks into the body fat and just makes it annoying. So that's the only thing I've got to say about that. But I will say that she's kind of like a shorter line version of what we saw in the Grounds collection. And I find that one's like way stretchier because that one is like a ribbed material all throughout and it is seamless as well. So like regardless, they're different. But I do feel like this is a bit more of a shorter line, like bra, a little bit more structured, everything like that. And I do love the notch, but it is very, like I said, clavage. But yeah, that's my only feedback on this one is just, let me say it one more time, don't like the ribbon. Last but not least for the bras, we have the Spicy Bra V2. Spicy Bra is one of the OG bras. I remember, I think that was the first time that I had modeled, no, not the first time, one of the first times I'll say that I modeled for BUFFBUNNY Collection. Like this is when they had the old Alpha Elite gym, the old headquarters that was in that smaller Alpha Elite gym. And I had black hair at the time, didn't have my veneers yet. And I wore the blue one and it was in the energy fabric. So this was like way back when like energy first came out too, but it was in this like really bright blue color. I don't even remember what the blue color was called, but anyways, that was when we first saw the spicy bra. And that one is definitely like a spicy, like sexy kind of situation. So do love her coming back from the dead, and just in a different version a little bit with a different material and some great additions to it. I do love that they added the adjustability yet again. And I do think that it's very fitting that it like is in the like patent finish. I think it just so fits the whole like sexy vibe. And when you pair it with the MOTO leggings, like it just is such a cute lifestyle outfit for sure. Like you can catch me wearing that if I ever go to a club. You know what I mean? Like that would be my go-to. Like, you know how you have your like safe go-to going out outfits? That would be it, especially because it's black. Like you just couldn't go wrong, you know? I will say she is a bit more on the shorter line. I didn't find anything crazy in wearing it for a few hours, but Kara did say when she ran in it, because God knows I could not run in that. When she ran in it, she found that she got a little bit of chafing with the material, and we're not sure if that's like the elastic, the material, or what, but she did mention that to me. And so just something to note. You are planning on using it for like a performance activity. Like I said, for my cup size, there's just no way. I'm not even wearing that to the gym. Maybe I'd wear that like under a hoodie or something if I was doing like the Stairmaster or something like that. But yeah, not my first pick for the gym for sure. And I think also too, because I am a matchy snob, that's probably why I also wouldn't wear the leggings to the gym, is because like don't have a matching bra for it, you know? But yeah. That is the Spicy Sports Bra V2. She's very clavage, giving a little bit of like the inner boob situation. So just be mindful if that's too much for you for the gym. But as I've mentioned, a perfect lifestyle outfit, 100%. I have many friends that do the same thing with all of the like faux leather looks. They like to use them for their lifestyle pieces and they're just perfect. Speaking of lifestyle pieces, let's transition to the more lifestyle-esque pieces of this collection, because we definitely have quite a few for a collection. Usually we don't have as many, but we definitely do in this one. Now, first up is the butter square neck crop. Now, this is a little bit different from the other butter squircle tops, which by the way, can we just take a moment to appreciate the recognition that the team shouted out at me on the behind the design for squircle? I know there's a lot of you, and I'm looking right at you and you behind the camera, who thought that squircle wasn't a word. And lo and behold, one, it is a word. Two, it is sticking with the design team now. So for those who don't know, squircle is square plus circle neckline. Therefore you have squircle. So I just have to say, I felt pretty special for the design team to say, yeah, I remember when Gab said squircle, that is the perfect way to describe it. I said, thank you so much. So this does have a bit of a squircle neckline where it's not like a hard square, it has a little bit of a roundedness happening. So I do love this crop a lot. And I think what's so different about this one from the other butter one is that the other one has like actual like cap sleeves, where this one literally just feels kind of like thicker straps, like in a tank top with like a lot of coverage in the back. So I would classify it more as like a tank top, given that like it does fully expose your shoulder, but it does give you a lot of coverage in the front and especially the back, like as if a t-shirt would. So I do think that this is a great lifestyle piece, and it doesn't have any like liner or bra shelf or anything like that, but it is double lined, so it is quite thick. So I love that even with me wearing this bone color, I was not wearing any like nipple covers or anything like that, and you cannot see the color of my areola, which I will say is not on the lighter side, so that is pretty good. To be safe, I typically do wear my little nipple covers that I wear, either the cakes or the ones from Amazon. Either one is good, and I do that just to be safe kind of thing, especially for like the nippage as well. But I am a huge fan of these butter tops, whether it's the long sleeves, the short sleeves, or now this one that's more of like a tank top like. I think they're just great, like staple, simple pieces that you can wear literally for so many different occasions. And I mean, they're just so comfortable because they are activewear at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like it's not just like your typical t-shirt or anything like that. It's like a good activewear, sweat wicking for those who sweat, and just like comfy. You know, they do say it's technically a cropped fit, but for a short torso girly like me, it is literally the perfect length on me. Like when I was wearing it with the cargos, like literally there was no skin showing in between because it was just the perfect length on my torso. It's coming out in 4 beautiful colors. We have Cold Brew, Siren, Bone, and Black. I personally feel like I am going to grab the black one just because again, it's such a great like staple. So do love seeing the butter square neck crop coming out. Now, speaking of the cargos, these are a big favorite of mine, like big favorite. I am definitely going to get the black as well. I was able to get the bone as well as the matcha latte, but I do need the black because it is also one of those items that might not rise back from the dead from as far as we know right now. So I am going to get the black to be extra sure because they are just so comfortable. So if you guys have the overalls, you guys know that it's like a not a denim look, but it's like definitely looks like a lifestyle piece, but it has so much stretch to it and it's just so comfortable. And what I love especially about the cargos is the side adjustability. We have never seen that in any of the lifestyle pieces in this way. Like we did see the adventure cargos come out in the capsule. Those I felt like were a little bit of a miss because of the rise and like they were just so long and just like I said, the rise and like yeah, we just had some issues there. But these cargos, these curvy stretch cargo pants, these are perfection. And I know MYKIE has raved about how much she's loved these and how much they just perfected them. And I can very much agree that they created probably the best cargo pants that I'm going to own because of all the adjustability on the sides there. Plus you can wear a belt if you wanted to, and just the comfort of it. The only thing I'm not loving about the cargo pants, the only thing is the tie situation happening at the bottom. I would have much rather that be a bungee elastic like we saw in the adventure cargos, or I don't know what other option you could have done. But I don't love that it's like literally like a thread, like a yarn, like a big thick piece of yarn, and you have to tie that to like close up the ankle. I just feel like that will come undone a lot for a lot of people. And I feel like, again, like an elastic situation could have been a lot better. I can see why maybe they did that because the elastic can sometimes get uncomfortable on the ankles, especially like if you're wearing, you know, them tucked into boots or anything like that. Like I can see how there's that. But then on the flip side, if you were to tie like a solid knot on this like yarn situation and you tucked it into some boots, like that would bother you too. So I just feel like that could have been something else. But other than that, I love it. I love the pockets on the butt. I love the pockets in the front, the side, they're actual functional pockets. And the material is just so stretchy and comfy. And then the adjustable sides, like that is my all-time fave part is the adjustable sides because it really just snatches the waist in while still getting like the loose vibes throughout the leg. I do feel like the small was my preferred size because I felt like it fit nicely around my leg, but still gave me that kind of like looser look, where the medium was a little bit big, especially in the waist. Mind you, if I put on a belt, like I would have been okay, but I do like how just a little bit more fitted the smalls were. So for me, a small was my preferred size. But like I said, they are definitely highly recommend these cargos if you're like looking for like a good quality cargo, because I am very much getting the final third color for myself because I'm like, I don't need to look further for a good cargo. I found them, you know? So cargo, curved, stretch pants, so good. So good. Now we have another POSHKNIT item, and that is the micro POSHKNIT hourglass dress. As many of us have recognized, it does give us a bend and snap dress from the No Filter collection with Catherine. However, obviously it is made of a different material. It is long sleeve, and the shorts feature, so fucking cool. However, I will say the overall look of the dress on me just doesn't look the greatest. Like I could see me wearing that to like somewhere where I'm trying to be a little bit more conservative. I absolutely do not love the sleeves. They are just in my way. Every time I wore this dress to like try it on or take pictures, I'm like, literally these sleeves are in my way. And because they have a slit, like even if you were to roll it up, like it eventually just falls down. So you'd have to like really roll it back. You know what I mean? It's almost like the sleeves are like too long. And then plus like the fact that they kind of like do like a bell bottom situation on your sleeves. It's just like a lot happening with your hands. So I wish it was like a little shorter and I would have gone without the slit so that it was like a little bit more controlled, I guess you could say, or even just a regular long sleeve would have been fine too. I do think that it definitely does like curve the body nicely, and like the back is cute. Like I know some people don't love the strap down the middle, but I do feel like that's kind of like what keeps the strap, like probably the sleeves from falling down. Like I could see if you maybe cut it they might like come down the traps a little bit, especially if you have like very prominent traps. So just be mindful of that if you're gonna do some DIY at home. But yeah, I feel like this dress doesn't look the best on me, and like, especially because I'm like short and stuff, like it just looks, it's kind of giving like figure skater vibes. You know, I know I've seen MYKIE talk about how it's very inspired by like Wednesday Addams, and I could see like if you were to put like a collared shirt underneath, like perfect. But I don't know. I think for me, like set aside Halloween and everything like that, I don't see myself reaching for it often, other than if I wanted to be a bit more conservative with a dress. Like I could see that being cute for the fall with some like tights under and like putting it with like a jacket or something. But like it alone on its own, I don't love. Love the material. Love that it's not too tight. It's like very comfortable. Love the shorts feature. Love the shorts feature. I hope we see this more in onesies because it was so cool to literally just like take my shorts off and not have to take off the whole thing. Because I think that's the biggest reason why people don't love onesies. I mean, I still love onesies regardless if I have to get fully naked to like use the washroom. But the fact that I was able to just take the shorts off and not have to have like my whole everything exposed to use the bathroom was amazing. Tried to demonstrate it for you guys without being too expose, but hopefully you just see the convenience it was to just, you know? So I hope we see this more because I think that was such a cool feature to add. And then I also noticed that there was like some mesh paneling on the inside when you like flip the dress inside out. So I'm assuming that's for like a little bit of ventilation. So that was really nice. I don't see myself necessarily wearing this for any like sports. Like I said, I see it more as like a lifestyle piece. So like ventilation is just good in general if you just get sweaty or like if you find yourself in a sweaty situation wearing the dress. There is functional pockets on the shorts as well. So overall, I like pieces of the dress. Do I love the dress? No. So that's my thoughts. I also realized that there is 2 different inseams. Do I know which one I got? I want to say I got the micro length. I will double check that and confirm on the screen. But the micro length is 29 inches on an extra small. Grade goes up by 1 inch per size. And then the regular length is 32 inches on an extra small. And again, same thing goes grade. The grade goes up 1 inch per size as well. I did find that the micro POSHKNIT was a little bit shorter than the bend and snap dress. So that was like a slight difference that I saw there. But like just in general, they're just 2 completely different dresses. So to compare them, I feel like is like not the fairest because they're different dresses, they're different materials, they serve different purposes kind of thing. They have different vibes, you know what I mean? But I will say that the seams that we see in the front is very, very similar in regards to how it like contours the body. I personally do like it more in the POSHKNIT fabric, just because I do love a bit more compression there and that it's not necessarily like a performance fabric situation. But like I said, in general, I just don't feel like it's a fair comparison because they're just different. Next is definitely one of my favorites, and that is the POSHKNIT bodysuit. I am just loving more bodysuit options for like the fall winter. We saw a butter long sleeve version in the capsule that had come out in September. Those ones, the sleeves are hella tight. I did a quick mini review of those on my Instagram stories. So that's probably why you're not remembering me say this in a YouTube video. But when I compare it to these ones, I will say that again, the sleeves are pretty tight on this one as well, especially considering that POSHKNIT is, like I said, a bit thicker. It is a little bit more compressive, so you definitely feel it in the arms. I am wearing the two-tone one, which, by the way, also screams MYKIE. She used to have her hair two-tone a lot with the black and the white, very much like Cruella de Vil vibes. Love it. She pulled it off so fucking well. And the fact that they did it in this bodysuit with like the crisscross and stuff, like it just looks so good. I knew I needed it because I truly just can't imagine anyone else really doing something like that. So I think it's just so good. And I wish I was dressing up as Cruella de Vil this year for Halloween because it literally would be so perfect, especially with the Cruella-free faux jacket, which I'll get to next. But like so good. But anyways, I am wearing a small in that colorway and I found that that one is like pretty tight. I mean, I'm still gonna wear it, but I could definitely tell it's quite tight. Like I could see like in the midsection, you could see like my body fat just peeping out a little bit where like the crossover happened right above the like waistband of the short. And then in the back, you could also see that the seam of like where the short is was like kind of like indenting a bit more, causing a little bit more spillage, but like not bothered by it. Just something I want to point out. Where in comparison to the purple one, you can definitely tell the medium fits a little bit more flush nicely on my skin and everything like that. So I can definitely see how the medium is like my more true size. I just wanted to see to compare because sometimes with bodysuits, I like the small over the medium, vice versa. So I would say for this one specifically, medium is my more preferred size. But overall, I love the design of the bodysuit. I love a crisscross moment. Definitely be mindful that like if you were to lift one of the layers, like your whole tits coming out, not that I could see that slipping out or accidents happening, but just be mindful. And then there is a little cutout there with your stomach, but again, I don't feel like it's anything crazy to be self-conscious about or anything like that. I felt very good there. And you guys know my midsection is where I carry all of my body fat or a lot of my body fat, and I didn't feel any sort of way with that little peephole coming out. So I felt good. I will say that with the smalls, I did find that it was like a little bit tight on my thighs. So that was like another indication to me that those were a little bit too small. With the mediums, I didn't find as much. It is a longer inseam of a short on the bodysuit, which is also good. So you don't feel too uncomfortable or anything like that. But overall, really do love the bodysuit. But like I said, be mindful that it is a bit tighter in the arms. I think that's going to be a difficult and like challenging thing with the long sleeve bodysuits is that you might feel like it's too tight in the arms, but if you size up, then it's going to be too loose in the body. So that's kind of where you have to pick and choose your battles, but I do think that they did an excellent job on this bodysuit. And again, I love that I have another option for a fall onesie. Imagine these long sleeve bodysuits with full leggings. That should be in the horizon somewhere soon because that would be incredible because I live in a place where once it gets cold, we're not wearing shorts. Even if we have a long sleeve on top, we're not wearing shorts or can't do like no socks with some boots. Like I'm very much only wearing that in the house or if I put the cargos over top or something or sweatpants over top, which is also very cute. I got that idea from Kara and it looked really, really nice. But yeah, if we could do some leggings with the long sleeve tops, I'd like her. I'd like her a lot. Last clothing item of the collection, and that is the CRUELLAFREE faux coat. Now, you can find bad quality, faux coats like this, but this one is a really, really good quality. And the reason I'm pointing over there is because Mr. Cash has decided that it's basically like his new bed. He has been obsessed with laying on it absolutely everywhere. So I will say jacket is definitely dog approved 100%, but she is a really nice quality of faux fur. I definitely feel like a mob wife wearing it, especially when I have my hair done like this, my makeup, my lips and my ring, everything. Like I feel mob wife material. I'm not gonna lie to you. The immediate gift that I used in teasing to my Discord was Cookie from Empire, the show. I don't know if everyone has watched that, but Cookie like is wearing like a fur coat and like she's just a boss bitch. And so anyways, that's literally how I feel wearing that. She is quite warm. She has faux fur and faux leather. So everything's faux, 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 but she is actually like a warm jacket as well. So like sometimes these are more like a fashion piece, but I would say like this one actually keeps you warm too. She is quite like big and bulky. So it's definitely not gonna be the first choice for a lot of people, but I think for the Canadian winters, it's gonna be such a good piece to wear. And I definitely have some room to wear a jacket underneath it as well. So I did go with a medium, but I could have gone with a small if I wanted like a more fitted fit. But I do love that I can still fit a sweater underneath it. So I do like that. And like, honestly, like this isn't something that I'd wear like for a long time. It'd be more of like an additional statement piece to whatever my outfit is, or if I went to take the dogs for a walk or something like that, and like I was outside the whole time kind of thing. I definitely would not want to be wearing this inside for very long because I would be absolutely sweating down my back. But I do think that the overall fit of it, the length of it, the pockets, the hood, the chevron detailing on the fur, which you can't see as much on the black, but you can see on the fawn color. I do think that it's just overall like a really nicely done, more like luxury statement piece. It is luxury. I will be very transparent that the price is a little bit like a whoa, but like I said, I do think that she's a really good quality faux fur statement jacket that's also warm and functional. So just keep that in mind when you guys do see the price of it, because I know that will shock a few people, and that's why it's going to be something that's not for everybody. But yeah, I do think that it's a great like fashion piece, and like I can see for like holiday parties and things like that, you like, when you want to throw on like a nice jacket and like not, mismatch your like nice dress with like a jacket or anything, like this could be a really nice one to wear over your nice like holiday outfits and stuff like that. So definitely think that they did a good job on this being more of a luxury lifestyle piece. Last but not least, we are on to the accessories. This bag is something that I didn't realize I needed. And MYKIE did such a wonderful job of bringing this to life with the Buff Bunny collection team. I know a lot of the ideas of this bag came from her. And so like just full recognition that she absolutely crushed it and thought about things that I would have never thought about I wanted in a glam bag, vanity bag, whatever you want to use it for. But I literally told her, like, you essentially reduced like 2 or 3 small little bags into one. This was so much bigger than I expected from like the PDF. And like, you can just fit so much if you were to pack this properly. And like, they literally thought of everything. They have a see-through bag. They have the mesh pockets on the side. They have the like typical like vanity bag, like closure and opening with the zipper, like the double zip like this. They have the button here. They have the strap to hold it. Like they really thought about this really well. And we love the like tone on tone hardware, but like that is a lot of room. Like I can definitely see men using this, women using this, like baby stuff. Like you could use this for so many different things, or even like a nice emergency kit in the car or something. I don't know, but I just feel like they really nailed the functionality of this while also making it obviously beautiful. And the material inside is definitely like easy to clean as well. I will follow up with a video on my Instagram stories of how much I'm able to fit, but just from roughly packing it, I can tell that like this is 100% going to be replacing my many different bags and just this one. Now I do flip-flop between wanting something that like hangs versus like a bag like this, but honestly, like this is just really well done. And then we have additional mesh pockets here. And I love that it's 3, so then you can really like compartmentalize things. But what I was really blown away with was this part right here. So this is actually meant for your hot tools. I don't know if my hot tools will fit this height per se, but this right here is meant to like set your hot tools on. So you're not using like a hotel towel, you're not doing it on the counter. And it's a little bit of like an anti-slip as well. And then heat resistant. I think that was just so genius to do. I mean, I'll definitely be a little bit like worried if like my bag accidentally falls over and then fucking melts or something like that. But like they thought of that. I have not seen a vanity bag or a makeup bag that has this part with this much space. Like she's definitely like, huge to put into your luggage, but like if you really think about it, you're reducing many bags into one. So it's just like, it makes sense, you know? So I don't know. I just have nothing bad to say about this bag. Oh, I'm even forgetting another part. How could I have forgotten? We have room for our makeup brushes right here too. So like quite literally, and there's a zipper here with more mesh. Like literally you have more than enough space for all the things that you might need in here. And I love that you can really compartmentalize, you know, if it's like face, like if it's like skincare, if it's makeup, if it's hair, like just incredible. If you can't tell, I do love her so much. I'm like, do I need another one? No. Might I? Maybe. Okay. But like the Glam and Gym organizer, you guys did absolutely incredible. Now, there is another little accessory that I got, but I cannot find. It is the quilted SOS case. It literally looks like a little lipstick container. I have looked everywhere in this office and I cannot find it. I know I saw it, looked at it, opened it, no idea where it is. But basically, it's literally like a lipstick holder. You could put your chapstick, you could put pepper spray, you could put lipstick. You could probably fit like a little travel size perfume in there. Like it's definitely like one of those things that's just like a little extra add-on that kind of like clips on to like another bag that you have, or you can put into like your purse or something like that. I don't have it for you guys because I literally do not know where I put it. But I think it's one of those things that like, if you are going to use it for like pepper spray, lipstick, and like actually reach for it being in a case, then it makes sense. I think that if you had like a nice luxury lipstick or something like that you wanted to protect from like rustling around in your bag, you could definitely use it for then. I personally don't see myself actually using something like that. I would just feel like it's adding more stuff to like my bag and like the bulkiness of things. But I can definitely see people wanting to put it on their keychain, put it under their like gym bag, putting it onto like a dog pouch or something like that for like when you go on walks or something. So definitely I can see uses for it. I think it just depends on the person who's going to use it. I'm also fucking sweating. Like my back is sweating against this chair. Oh my God, I need to, with all the lights and stuff, and then literally this POSHKNIT fabric and just my hair, I'm sweating, but we're almost done. And then we have the POSHKNIT scrunchies. We have not seen scrunchies come out in the POSHKNIT fabric. I did not get one, unfortunately. However, always love the BUFFBUNNY collection scrunchies, and I do love how they bring them out in different like soft fabrics for us, because that's obviously great for our hair. Also great for just on the wrist when you want like a cute little matchy moment. So we do have a few, like almost all the colors coming out in the scrunchie. I especially love that they did do a split black and white version of the scrunchie to match the bodysuit and stuff. So I do think that's really cute. And then last but not least, we have more scrunch socks coming out. I have been living in all of my BUFFBUNNY collection socks, whether it's the scrunch socks, the screw socks. I just love them all. I think they just did such a good job on them. So we do have these scrunch socks coming out in a 3-pack with these 3 colors here. Something new that I noticed is that the sizes are actually printed at the bottom. Do I feel like we needed it? No, because I do like how like plain it was and like literally just the BUFFBUNNY logo being right here. But I mean, maybe it helps if you have like a few different sizes. I don't know. I would have been okay without the extra small showing at the bottom, especially on like the white one, like definitely in the darker colors, like you can't really tell, but you know what I mean? Like I'm okay without knowing what size my socks are. If they fit my foot, they fit my foot, you know? So yeah, that is the final piece to the DEADlift collection in collaboration with MYKIE, inspired by MYKIE, and just a huge congratulations to seeing all the pieces that you've been working so hard on for like over a year. I can only imagine how it feels to see pieces that you've been working on for close to a year, over a year in real life, in your hands, and soon to be in customers' hands. So big congratulations and recognition there on such incredible pieces that came to life in this collection. I hope this video helped you guys in figuring out what is worth it, what's something you might like, something that you might want to gift with holidays coming up, some things that you might not want to miss on, given that this is a pretty, I would say, like limited edition collection. Like I didn't think that there was going to be so many pieces in specific colors that wouldn't be returning from the dead. So just something to keep in mind. But it felt so good to film this video for you guys. Like I said, I missed you so much, GABFAM. And I hope this video, just like all my other videos, helps you in deciding what you guys are going to get on Saturday, October 12th at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Keep in mind, again, don't feel the pressure to buy anything if you don't love anything. I understand that we need to be using our hard-earned money on the things that we love. And as always, like I said, if you have any additional questions, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram by replying to one of the question stickers on my stories, or bump me many times in the DM and say, hello, I DM'd you. But like I said, Discord is one of the best ways to get a hold of me as well. I always prioritize my Discord girls in all of their questions leading up to the launch. Don't forget, we also have a Libra Sisters Live happening, and I'll be doing some story series as well leading up to the launch on Saturday too. So just a few different ways that I can further support you guys. Make sure if you have made it this far and still not downloaded the PDF, to go ahead and download the PDF for free down in the description box. And again, if you guys want to support me directly, if you want to keep me around, if you want the team to know like, hey, Gabs is cool, let's keep her as an athlete, then feel free to use the code GABS at checkout, which also saves you 10% off. With that being said, happy shopping, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.